Mr. Speaker, I need to say from the very outset that the Māori Party would say ka kite anō, haere rā, kaue hoki mai, hasta luego, ciao. To the legislation that is purported here by Mr. Garrett, the fact is that the Māori Party supported the original legislation for the abolition of the use of force as what was the bill? The use of force as a justification for child discipline, the Section 59 debate. So there were two reasons that we supported that legislation. The first one was that we supported the concept of children being able to live in an environment free from violence, number one. That was consistent with numerous traditional accounts of tikanga in terms of the care of children. It's also in the context which underpins the koanga reo kura kaupapa movements. And sure, not every Māori child is in those movements, but certainly was an approach taken which we hope will continue to spread throughout the whole community. Right from the start of the kohanga reo movement in 1982 was stated, mokopuna were not to be smacked. So the no smacking kaupapa was about both establishing the preciousness of the children and continuing the manner in which our tupuna reared children. In strengthening parents' kaioko extended whānau through involvement in koanga, the aim was to show that smacking was more a manifestation of adult behaviour than that of children. The kohanga reo whānau and wider whānau benefited from taking the time to understand themselves in relation to raising tamariki and mokopuna. The second thing, sir, in line is about the importance of having aspirational kaupapa to guide and inform party policy and conduct. The Māori Party also saw the aspirational intent of the bill as an important aspect of encouraging whānau to recreate, maintain violence-free homes. At the time, we were very clear what was wrong about holding out hope that we can reclaim our tikanga and find our own solutions to violence. What we want to promote a more positively framed approach to addressing issues of violence instead of punitive approaches that we see in this bill. We want to inspire a change of direction from instead focusing on what is wrong within our whānau, hapu iwi, to expanding our energies and expending our energies on a positive future for Māori, focusing on our strengths, mobilising our actions to change that which is ours to change. So that is pretty much at the heart of many of the whole whānau order approach, taking things back for the whānau to address issues amongst them. So in reflection, 3 years on after Section 59, it's hardly as if the world has come to an end, as other speakers have said. In operation, the law does not criminalise parents, as was always the threat. In fact, the general consensus is that the current law is working well. So parents facing charges of assault against their children are prevented from using a defence of reasonable force for the purpose of correction, and I absolutely support that. Finally, I remind all of us, as if we need reminding, that New Zealand ranks at the bottom of OECD countries for children who die from accident and injury, and Materia Ture touched on some of these incidents, and in fact in the bottom 4 for children living past their first year of life. There is no way that the Māori Party will compromise on our aspirations for violence-free Aotearoa. So we reject this bill absolutely, but I did want to give a final note and to say Mr. Garrett talked about the fact that anti-smacking had done nothing to stop the murders of young children. He quoted and said that that was the rationale for some reason that this bill comes to the House. So the inevitable question was, or would be, has the 3 strikes legislation stopped any murders? I don't think so. Kia ora tātou.